Christine, can you hear me?
I can. Hey, David, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, you're
Oh,
cooking with me today. I'm so excited.
yes, it's always great to be with you. You know
Oh, David, you're a charmer. Stop it.
that. So, what are we
So,
doing
do you
today?
want to tell everyone who you are?
Oh,
Tell you. So, I'm Chris Van Bloom, and we are going to make some gazpacho today. And David and I were talking before we got started, and I said, when I was a kid, this was my nightmare. Having cold tomato soup was about the most revolting thing I could think of. David, do you ever do gazpacho? Do you like it?
yes, I'm not that
No?
familiar with cold tomato soup, there, Christine. I must say.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So when I was in culinary school, there was this whole thing about cold soups. Have you ever heard of vichyssoise? That vichyssoise? It's cold potato soup. And I was like, that will be terrible. No, it's delicious. So here's what I was thinking. We're in August, right? It's hot. My tomato plants are finally, we got them in a little late. So my tomato plants are going crazy right now. And this is all I have been craving. I kid you not. So these are all tomatoes from my garden. And we just grabbed them. We just grabbed the red, ripe, juicy ones. And I go ahead and I pop the core out. But any blender, smoothie maker, whatever you've got, it's going to work for this. I don't even take the seeds out. Alrighty, because I want it to be super fast and super easy. I'm going to have this for lunch and for dinner, which I'm so excited. Now, David, are you still in there? Maybe I lost David. All right. So that is totally okay, although I love having him on with me. But I'm just going to go ahead and take these tomatoes, pop the cores. And like I said, this is a time you should not be making gazpacho in January. You shouldn't even be making it in June if you don't have the gorgeous tomatoes, right? That one, I don't even care. Now, some people say you can only use the red ones, so on and so forth. It doesn't matter. None of it matters because to me, this is peasant food, right? This is super easy. Oh, look at that. I grew this one. And this is just using the bits and bobs from your garden. Now, I wanted to tell everybody, first of all, thank you if you're joining me live. I so appreciate it. But I did want to tell you we're doing a class this Saturday. Free. And we're going to learn how to make ricotta cheese. You can go to the AARP Maryland Facebook page and find the link for that and sign up. You'll get all of the recipes. And if you're saying, Chris, I can't make it on Saturday, no big deal. AARP Maryland will send you the recipes. So you will be in good shape. Look at that. Recipe in the or registration in the comments. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, I've got a big old garlic clove because that's what I love. And then I have a Cubanelle pepper, which is a really mild pepper, and a green bell pepper. You can go with either of these. This is not going to add spice or heat, but it adds great flavor to it. Whichever way you want to go, I'm going Cubanelle today. This is a recipe I've been making for a while, and you can always change it up to do what you want. I will pull the seeds out of these just because I don't want the seeds. I don't want the pepper seeds. They're too big. Oh, and all of this is going to go so great in my compost. Alrighty, so I'm going to throw the Cubanelle. If you're not in the peppers, that's totally okay. All right, you can see how easy this is, right? I have a seedless cucumber. And I'm just going to cut it in a couple of pieces and throw it into my blender. And then, oh, hang on a sec. For me, nothing is better when I have this. And my kids never got into this, but my husband and I love it. But I love to either grill bread or toast some bread. So I have a little olive oil sprayer and a little cast iron pan, and I just throw it in there. Just a little bit of love there. I am going to take, because I seem to have 10 million of these super sweet tomatoes, these little guys. I like the really, really sweet ones. I'm going to take some of those and throw them in. And most people, they're not going to use any kind of little tomato like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Come on. All right, final touch. I kid you not. I'm going to use a little bit of red onion. I'm sworn to the red onion. I just love them. But if a red onion bothers you, I think there's a famous chef one of the cooking shows that hates raw red onion. One of the things that you can do is you can take it, you can chop it, and then you can rinse it in cold water. Put it in a sieve or a strainer and rinse it in cold water. And that helps rinse some of that pungency off of it. That's a big help to some people. Some folks, especially I've noticed as I've gotten older, sometimes things bother my stomach a little more than they used to. But because this is a nice hard vegetable, I'm going to cut this one just a little bit smaller than I did all of my other things. Just because it'll make it blend a little more easily. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of salt, because I promise you it's going to need a little bit of salt. And remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. We're going to take some freshly ground pepper, because I promise you, if you take the time to do freshly ground pepper, it always has more vibrancy, because you're maintaining the essential oils that are in the peppercorns. And then when you grind it, it releases them. So grinding it yourself is you're going to get more bang for your buck there. Now, this is my secret ingredient, and this is sherry vinegar. Now, I want you to know this stuff can be a little pungent and a little expensive, but I love it. Think of this as a Spanish dish, right? And sherry vinegar, very popular in Spanish recipes. Now, these ingredients, pretty watery on their own. So we're not going to add any liquid to this quite yet. We will add some olive oil then. But for right now, we're just going to go with that really watery cucumber. The tomatoes have water in them, and we'll see where we are. You can, if you're a tomato juice lover, I usually keep a bottle of tomato juice in my fridge during the summer, because I'll throw it in to my gazpacho. All right, so remember, blender, smoothie maker, doesn't matter. We're totally good. I like to put those soft ingredients down on the bottom. Doesn't matter if you have a high-powered blender or, your $25 special. You're going to be okay here. Prepare for loud. All right. Now, I always start that blender on low, no matter what I'm doing, because I'm prepared. All right, we're going to dial that up. I mean, that's it. How easy is that? Now, while it's going, I'm going to bravely take off the top and then drizzle in just a little olive oil. Now, don't forget, if you turned your blender up, turn it down even after you turn it off. That's it. All right. Now, let me flip my bread, because that's going to be delicious. And then you can see how light the color is here, right? And I like to always taste it for the seasoning before I do anything else. And look at that. The texture is perfect. And I would say I added about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is where you want to use a good olive oil, something that has a lot of flavor to it. Um, you can find them everywhere, but use something good here. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I don't I don't think it needs any flavor adjustment at all. Maybe a touch of salt. But one of the things that happens with gazpacho is as it sets, the flavors build. They kind of meld together and do their own thing. Look at this. And I know you might be thinking, oh, it should be a really dark red bowl. No, because we aerated all of that. Come on. I just made my lunch that fast. And check this out. I've got my toasted bread ready to go. So when I do this tonight, I'm going to grill some shrimp to go with it. I'll do a little of the bread. I just plop it right in there. Totally good to go. That's it. 12 minutes. And that was only because I was talking to you so long. So easy gazpacho. Pull what you've got. Do yourself a favor. Go to a farmer's market this weekend. And after I teach you how to make ricotta cheese on Saturday, you're going to go crazy for it. But that's how easy this is. Don't be afraid of the cold soups. It's so refreshing. It's so wonderful. And Eleanor, who works with AARP Maryland, huge fan, said it's like salsa in a bowl. And it kind of is, but I didn't throw any cilantro or jalapeno or anything like that. So there you go. That's it. If you look, you can see the link to register for Saturday's class. Again, if you can't make it, no problemo. You can simply register and the link to the recording will be sent to you along with all the recipes. So that's what we got for you today. I look forward to cooking with you on Saturday, and I hope everyone has a great day. I'm going to eat my lunch.